Hello everybody, this is Brian Bracken, and what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to set up a page in Power Lead System that can use Aweber. So the first thing we'll do is we'll actually clone one of our pages, and I'm going to copy this one here, Mom's Work from Home Fireboss. So we're just going to copy that, and then we'll just change this up so that we know which one we're working with. Now what we're going to do is we're going to then save this. Save the changes. Okay, so we're going to go then into the text edit. The first thing we need to do is we actually need to click on source, and we'll just move this up a little bit and make it a little wider so that we can actually see what we're doing. That way we can see the code. Now there's going to be basically 3 spots that you have to change code in on this method. The first one is we're going to be looking for form. So we're going to be changing this whole line right here, right to this point here. And we're going to change this bit. So that'll be basically the same on every lead capture page. All right. And then the other areas that we're going to change, we're going to be adding something to, is this one here. This is an input. This one here is for specifically email. And we'll be changing this. That's basically a name. It'll be slightly different with Aweber. There's one other one that we'll be finding, and that will be this one here where it says name first. That also will be changed up. Let's go to it and show you how to get the code from Aweber. We're going to go over to Aweber. We're going to go to Pages and Forms, and then we're going to click on Sign Up Forms. Now we're going to create a sign up form. Now every sign up form has a difference to it. So this form will have a different ID than this form. So you have to keep that in mind when you're going to be working with this. What we're going to do is we're going to now create a sign up form. Click for my website. And now what we're going to do here is we're going to look at this. We have these different field inputs. Now, this one can be optional, so you can delete it and just have email if you want. Right now, we're going to be showing it with email and first name. What we're going to do is, since we've got this correct, we're going to click Save Your Form. Now we're going to the next section. We're going to click Go to Step 2. Then we're going to then do a custom page because you'll probably want to send it to one of your opportunities. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to send the thank you page over to a page that you have assigned, and this will be a redirect. So it'll be HTTPS. Now this is important because you want to have SSLs for your pages. This is what I'm using. If they're already subscribed, you'll want to put maybe something that's custom in there. I've tested it with one of the forms that I have, and what it'll do is go to Google so that I could see that it was actually doing its thing. We'll put this in here, and so I'm going to be sending it to the same page, just in case they saw it. Then we need to save your form, and then we want to go to step 3. Now this is a step that's going to give you the code that you need to break down. So I'm going to click on this. I will install my form, and then we're going to click on raw HTML code. And then we're also going to change this here. We don't want to include the form styling because that's more stuff to get rid of. And then what we're going to do is we're going to copy this information, and we're going to then dissect this information. So let me pull up a new notepad. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually paste that information into Notepad. Paste it there. I'll just make this a little bigger so you can see it maybe a little bit better. So that'll be control equal sign. Notice that will make it a little bigger so that you should be able to see it. Now what we want to do here is we want to get rid of the information that we don't need. Okay, we don't need this at this point. We do need all of this to copy over. Now you can see where you have the redirect. You can see where we have the on list. We can see the form. We can see then the web form ID. And we can also see the list name. So this is AW list So we're going to be copying this and pasting it onto the Power Lead System page that we're working on. And here's a couple of other things that we need. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this information down so you can actually see what we're actually after. So we're going to go to here and we're going to delete this information. And notice here we have name. Okay, we have the field ID also. Now this one here, it's something that we should use for Aweber, and some of it's to do with tracking and things like that. And then also we're going to then delete this to the next input. So we're going to go here and delete. I'll separate a little bit so you can see it. Now those are the only 3 things that we need. This one, and this. So let's delete all this rest of this stuff so that it's out of your hair. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and copy it. We're now going to go over to the Power Lead System, and we're going to look for that form information. We want to delete this information here. We're going to go all the way to the end and then delete. We'll just add a couple of spaces so that we have some space to work with and paste that in. Okay, so we've got all of this information that's for Aweber. The next point, we're going to Notepad and we're going to copy a little bit of information. Let's just delete this here. Type text because it's already in. We're going to copy this right here and Control C. Now we're going to go to input and here's your first name. So we're going to go from here and then we're going to paste that information in. Notice we have the ID and then we have name equals name. Now what we're going to do is we're going to then make sure we're over to the other section and do the same thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and just highlight it and then I'm going to go over to Notepad again. Okay, so on Notepad what we're going to do is we're going to just take this information and delete it. So type equals text so that we don't get confused. Then we're going to go here and copy this information, ID and name and email. And we're going to copy that. And then we're going to go back to the Power Lead system and we're going to then highlight this here. And then we're going to paste in that information. And what we need to do is at the end here of this line that starts off with the angle bracket form, and we're going to go here and type in style equals, and then quotation mark, double quotation that is. And we're going to put in here text line, put in center, and then we're going to save that. You'll see that the button now be centered. Now, believe it or not, that's all we have to do. What we'll do is we'll save this and I'll show you how this form functions. Okay, so we're saved. Now here's the form. This is interesting. I have this email address already in my database and we'll click here just to see how the redirect works. We're going to click here to continue. Notice it went to Google. This was my test one. I just wanted to make sure it was a redirect and it redirected just fine. This is a functional page now. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully it actually helped you out. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you can be notified of more information like this and my strange shorts. Have a great day. See you soon.